Yes, hello, welcome into the 11am Sports channel, here for the Killie boys on Foot Manager 21. If you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button for more daily Football Manager content, 11am Monday to Friday. As you can see from in front of you, not had an intro today, we've got the end of season review for the 2027 season. If you missed the end of the season, go and have a look at the last episode. You can see why I'm maybe in this somber mood as we work through this end of season review. We had a lot of new arrivals, I would say. But the season results is the important thing to see there. We finished in 5th position, which is really disappointing. It's really not what we wanted at all. And we come 5th in the league. It's just 13 defeats. You just can't be doing that. And it's defeats against teams like Dundee United. Aberdeen. You can see they finished low down in the table. Dundee United only won 7 games all season. Games against Ayr, Wraith, Aberdeen they won, and they beat us in one of those games as well. Teams like Ayr got draws against us. Teams like Wraith got draws against us. We lost a lot of poor results, and you can see the board confidence is not high at all. And I would be worried that we might be getting the sack at the end of this review, and that's why we're doing this review episode, because it might be the end of the Killie boys, and that would be very disappointing indeed. You can see we finished 5th, as I say. We got to the semi-final of the Euro Cup 2. They only wanted to get to the quarters. We did well. We got to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup and the Betfred Cup. We got knocked out in the second knockout round, which is not ideal at all. Moments to remember include a 7-0 win against Cowdenbeath. We won 3-1 against Besiktas, and we had a fantastic goal from Miranda and a goal earlier on in the season. The finances, we lost some money, but I mean, we're a very healthy financial position, to be honest. Minamino getting a lot of shirts sold, which is good after we signed him. And how we lined up was mainly in this formation here. And you can see Jamie Hamilton played a lot before we sold Jamie Hamilton. Saying that, he didn't really play a huge amount. He only played 8 times before we sold him. But I have a feeling that he played a bit more than that, to be honest. Lukic played a lot of games for us before. He was sold by the board, remember. He played there on the right-hand side, and then he went out to Rangers. You look at the number of appearances. Ryan Morris played 64 games for us this year. That's a lot of games for a player. And Roman Bukart played 50 starts and 10 off the bench. He had a lot of games as well. Yeah, a very, very important player. 9 assists, 25 goals. And that's why we've signed him back for another season on loan. Fans player of the season goes to Ryan Morris. I can appreciate that. Edward Lambert getting young player of the season. Remember, Edward Lambert was injured for a lot of the end of the season, which is something that a lot of folk have got to remember. We kind of fell away toward the end. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact there was no Edward Lambert, to be honest, because he was a very important player for us. You can see a lot of the things he's our highest for there in terms of assist, average rating. Booker played well on the other wing as well, and Gerson Velasquez doing a lot of stuff in the middle of the park for us as well. Our youngest goal scorer, Darren Anderson, that's good to see. 16 years old and he got his first goal for us. Gerson Velasquez was disciplined, 17 yellows this year. The hard-working midfielder, we'll say that. A bit like a Granit Xhaka or something like that. As we work our way through here, I've already noticed as a board request, but I'll work through players who are inducted into overall best 11. Lukic was involved in the best 11. I can't disagree with that. Gerson Velasquez gets on the bench, it looks like, as does Roman Bukart. And see if there's any players here still in our actual squad. We've got Egan Riley, who's a team player, a kind of squad player for us. Jens Kastrup the same. And that's it. There's no one else in that first 11 who's still in our team. Our season review was a disappointing season. I can understand that. And there's a board meeting to request or to discuss our future. Let's attend this meeting. We're not happy and we consider your position at the club. We'd like to know why you think you performed so badly. I mean, we did have a lot of injuries. I wonder if they will accept that excuse. We will take the injury problems into account, but we still want to know how you plan to improve going forward. I don't know the answer, to be honest. Some more time to turn things around. But they can solve quickly. I don't know. We just need more time to develop the academy players. Excited by the youth we're producing, so we're willing to give you more time to develop them. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with you, and hopefully we can continue to work together to build a positive future. Phew, so we just say, we need to develop some young players, and apparently the board are happy with that. I wonder what that means going forward, what I've agreed to there. I'm not sure, to be honest. Our analyst report meant we were aggressive and wasteful in terms of shots. So we had lots of shots and wasted a lot of them, and we were quiet at the back and in penalties. We didn't give away a lot of chances, and we didn't give away a lot of goals from those chances either. Squad dynamics update, a new season team report. Remember, we had no Florent da Silva as well. He was out injured. Just looking at some of the players that could be on here as well. We didn't have any Edward Lambert. We had a lot of players who were injured, to be honest, toward the end of the season. I can understand now why we struggled toward the end, because a lot of our players, as I say, were injured. A lot of players out injured. You can see here Edward Lambert out for 21% of the season. Egan Riley 16% of the season. Vice, he arrived at the club in the winter and he's basically never been fit. Ryan Law was out for a long time as well. We've had to say a lot of injuries. That's all I can say. Florent da Silva out, as we can see, he's still out for another 7 weeks after he tore a back muscle in the reserves game. You know, as a lot of injuries we had. A disappointing end to the season, I would say that, and the players will come back on the 19th of June. Don't look too much on that right hand side, because there's lots of transfers possibly going to happen. I've agreed some already, but that will be talked about in the next episode when we talk about our transfer special. Just looking at the makeup of the squad, if there's any players who possibly might not be here going into next season. I'm just moving a player I've got in a trial into the reserves. Looking through this team, someone like a Gerson Chara, I'm not sure if he'll be here. Bjorn Hardley's another player who might go. Might need to recycle some centre-backs, get some new ones in, because Augusto and Anderson were our centre-back pairing, remember. But there's maybe something we have to look at there. Calafiore obviously joined us at left midfield as well. Paid a lot of money for him. He's a very good player. 25 years old, nice experience. I think he'll stay with us, to be honest. Moving further forward, Gerson Velasquez is worrying. He's wanted by a lot of players. 16 million minimum release, and I can't get him to sign a new deal without that. And you can see he's got a new deal 10 days, two weeks old, this new deal, and I can't get him to remove that clause. So he might be on the way out, and that's disappointing because he's one of the best players in the team. Ludovic's 30 years old. I know we signed him for a free. Do we cash in on him? I know he's a very good, very versatile player, but he's 30 years old. He's only going to go downhill. Players like Florent da Silva were more important than I actually thought they were going to be, you know, because as he got injured, we struggled slightly. Finn Mooney is another player who's wanted. He's not that great, to be honest, but he's worth 4 million. Do we get rid of him? But again, he's got lots of adaptability, lots of different places he can play. I was very impressed with Ryan Hamill, but he has been doubted by a lot of players, including Premier League sides down south. A lot of sides, including Premier League sides down south. I wonder what he's going to do. But yeah, it's a very good player for us. Hopefully we can keep him there. Minamino's going to be a good squad player, I think. Though very experienced. We've got another couple of years with him in the team, and he will act as an impact sub, just as he says there. Any other players? Booker staying. Obviously, Pepe Ortiz staying. Vice, we've hardly got to use him. We signed him for £4.5 million, and we've played one game with him because he's been injured. Basically since we signed him. You see, the 1st of February he had cruciate ligament injuries. He's out for another 4 months. He looks like he could be a great player, but we've not had the chance to use him, which is disappointing. Martin Harper certainly won't be getting re-signed. He didn't really do much for us, to be honest. You see, he played 5 games, wasn't that great, so he's not going to come back. Miranda, obviously a good striker for us. Lambert, an important player when he comes back from injury, playing on the right and can also play up front, obviously. Scott Crawford, he didn't score a goal for us, but I thought he was all right when he did play, but we'll see what happens. You know, we signed him for 600,000. He's worth $1 million. Do we maybe sell him on? I'm not sure. Alan Graham, obviously, probably the worst signing we've ever made. If we think about it, we paid, £25 million so far he's cost us. He's never hit double digits for us in the league, which is very disappointing indeed. He's 6 goals in the league this season in 24 games. It's not really good enough. 6.8 average rating. We need a goal scorer. When you look up front there, it's behind my head, you can't really see it, but Lucas Miranda, Edward Lambert, Alan Graham, 13, 14, 13. That's not really a huge, 25, 30 goal season striker. We've got a goal a season striker. Booker scored 25 goals for us, and he's a winger. Edward Lambert was our next high scorer of 14. He's also a winger. We're scoring goals from the wings, but not up front. We need somebody up front to be scoring goals. It's really hard to find a goal scorer, though. We'd found one in Lukic. I know he played on the right for us, but I think we're starting to move him up front. We obviously ended up losing him, unfortunately. So maybe we need to see if we can try and find a kind of recognised goal scorer as well. Maybe spend the money on him. But the last time we spent money on a big player who was a goal scorer, Alan Graham, he did not turn out to be one for us. So it could be interesting. I'm looking forward to the next episode after we've made some signings, start of a new season. It's been a disappointing season. It definitely has. But I'm glad that the club were happy to keep us, because I was worried we were going to get the sack, to be honest, and it might have been the end of the Killie boys. Let's negotiate. Could we play counter-attacking football? I don't think we want to do that. Do we want to play direct football? No, we don't. I'm happy to develop club's system. Yes. Minimum 2 year for first year players. Yes, that's good. I wouldn't like to sign players with just 1 year deals. Work within the wage budget. Of course, we would like to do that. Qualify for the Euro Cup this season. That sounds good. I think instead of challenge for the Premiership title, if we qualify for Champions Cup instead of the Premiership title, that might be better, because I don't particularly want to be having a title challenge, because that might not happen. I'm going to suggest that. Okay, right. They disagree with that. I will happily play direct football and playing counter-attack football. Oh, of course we'll do that. But see, notice they've removed the qualifier for the Champions League. So they just want us to get into Europa League, which I'll happily do. I'm happy to confirm those. And we've now confirmed those. That was stressful. I thought we might have got sacked again there. But we've now got a transfer budget of 20 million. We've got our new expectations. We're staying with the team. We're not getting sacked. That's all good. I can tell you're all just as happy as I am there. And I think this little kind of review episode, we can finish it just there. Looking at the club vision, you can see that they're satisfied with my management now. Don't tell them that they weren't satisfied a wee while ago. You see, they're happy with some of our wins and the support we've got in the squad. So I'm happy about that. New season. In tomorrow's episode, you'll see some transfers we're going to work on. I think it could be a good year. I know some players are bringing in. I know some players are already got. Some folk coming back from loans and things like that. There could be a few players going out that you might be surprised by. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this new season. We survived this one just about by the skin of our teeth. And now we're going to go on. And though it says qualify for Euro Cup, let's do a title challenge. And let's see how we get on in the next season here on the Killie Boys. If you're looking forward to that, do leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new around here for the new season. And until the next one, we'll see you then.